just spent 3 minutes talking to a camera that wasn't recording. It's Monday. It's Monday, y'all. I am starting breakfast with a cookie. One of my sugar cookies that I made. I'm really pleased with this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see the little, it won't. Little flecks. I've changed my process for my sugar cookie making a little bit. This time I added an extra half teaspoon of baking powder to get a softer, loftier cookie, which is a delicious cookie. It doesn't keep the crisp edges that cookie decorators like. Beans. No. Let me tell you about these naughty little sausage dogs. Yes, you. I'm talking about you. I have a toxic relationship with 2 wieners. Franken beans, and I love them. But they are wretched little things. And beans in particular does not like to potty outside from the months of October, September if it's a cloudy day, through June. And he's a very naughty little thing, and he's only 8 inches tall, so he will sneak under a dresser into a closed bedroom, like Claire's room. Claire lives in Philadelphia, so she has a bedroom that's generally vacant, and leave his naughty little sausage surprises. And I thought this weekend that we would conquer that. I bought Franken beans onesies because my thought is if they're wearing pants, they're not going to want to poop because they would be pooping in their pants. Turns out they don't care. So if you have any tips, I mean, I've literally tried everything to the point where I tried to put pants on my sausage dogs. If you have any tips about potty training almost 3-year-old dogs who have been wretched from the start, drop them in the comments because I will literally try anything up into including putting pants on my sausages. Unrelated, it's Monday, it's snowing. That's what I was talking about in my 3-minute video. The snow is back. For the last 10 days, we had this ugly, misty, muddy, can't move the tractor because the ground is thawing, can't do anything, covered in mud. So, and it was this ugly mist because there's so many lakes around us where we live here in Michigan, little teeny tiny lakes, that as the ice was thawing, it made this layer of fog, which sounds ethereal and beautiful, but when you add it to mud and the fact that, like, you know, that like your nose is just drippy, wet type of weather, it makes me very, very unhappy. And I'm really scheming to try to get away for a short little vacation. But we have chicks in the brooder. We have ducklings coming on Monday, and I was hoping to be going away next weekend, so we'll see. We'll see if I can manage that or not. It's kind of my last shot before lambing starts and we get really busy. What's going on at Mitchell Wool? I don't know, it's Monday and I'm halfway through my cup of coffee. Gosh, my brain isn't really turned on yet. We are preparing for the 2026 season. You know, we sheared our flock on I think it was the 7th of February. Anne-Marie has nearly finished skirting all of the fleeces when we get off the video here. I'll be going down to check in with her and see how that's going. All of our fleece goes into our Farm Friends blend, and this year we're making it extra special. We're going to blend in some Surrey alpaca from a farm in northern Michigan to make it extra soft, and I'm hoping it'll lean it like just ever so slightly more brown. Farm Friends is a beautiful gray. It's our celebration of diversity flock because we have white sheep, brown sheep, black sheep, tricolors. 4 to 5 different breeds all go into this one batch, and the reason is our farm is small now. We have a flock of only 65 sheep before the lambs are born. Once the lambs are born, we'll be at 90, but that's the number that we have decided that we're happy with. And sorry, Francesco and his dad are walking by. We're on a personal note, we're doing a renovation in our coffee bar. And so Francesco brought his dad, Verge, who is a wonderful, charming character with a very thick Italian accent, to come help him with level the base cabinets that we unpacked. And Caleb and Declan helped us yesterday unpack all the cabinets. We brought them and put them in, but then we had to go to a family function. So we're back at it this morning to get those cabinets set and leveled so that the marble people can come and template to put the countertop in. Anyways, we were talking about coffee, y'all. Exciting things on the farm. Our lamb camp has, which is the first week of April, has maybe 4 spots left in it, I think is all. And Cindy's Dye Retreat, which is the 31st of May through the 2nd of June, I think that has 3 spots left. So if you're interested in those, it's just a $100 deposit to reserve your ticket. And then the balance is due, so for Lamb Camp, the balance is due March the 10th, which is coming up rather soon. And then for Cindy's Dye Retreat, the balance would be due probably May the 10th, I believe. We just got a shipment of aprons in from an American-made sewist who makes these beautiful linen crossback aprons, and those are going to be our Dye Retreat aprons this year. I'm super excited about that. I need to design a leather patch to put on it because we always make a personalized apron for all of our Dye Camp attendees, and it's just kind of a fun reminder of your time here on the farm. So that is going on. A couple spots left. Today, I think I need to work on social media. I hate working on social media. I love interacting with you. I hate designing content. And sometimes it's the things off the cuff that really, really just resonate with people. On Friday, I posted that one about just a cross-section of our values and worries of things that are happening right now, that really the simplest solution to deal with the gobbling up of farmland and the destroying of our lakes by putting all these data centers down would easily be solved if we would just arrest the predators in the Epstein files. It is a cross-section of freaking everyone. Politicians, business people, Hollywood. I am utterly, utterly sickened by this and traumatized about why are we doing nothing. I know why we're doing nothing, because the ruling class of people will all crumble. And frankly, I think that would be a good thing. In farming, we call it a cull for the sake of the flock. And I'm not talking about harm coming to these people, but we need to remove them from society and put them somewhere so that our children are safe. And I think that's something we can all agree upon. It's not partisan. Literally hundreds of people from every philosophy. Frankly, if you're someone who harms children and kills people, I don't care what your philosophy is, you're just simply evil. We need to get them out of society and protect our young, and I don't understand why that's hard. So frankly, that's really been weighing on us a lot. Yeah. So in brighter news, this weekend, I did some meal prep. I cooked 6 loaves of bread, which I'm super excited about. Bread is something, I am a cook. I love to cook. I am not a baker because I don't follow rules. And when you're baking, you really just kind of have to follow the process. And the anarchist in me just can't do that. But I am someone who wants to feed my family in a safe manner. So, for example, the wheat flour that we use is of heritage wheat that's not GMO. It's on organic fields that are not sprayed with glyphosate. I really care about the health of us long term, and that's something that I do. So I finally achieved a proper loaf of sandwich bread, and I'm someone who actually doesn't even like bread unless it came out of our oven and it's piping hot, and I'm using my wonderfully cultured French butter. Ooh, that stuff is decadent in itself. It's like frosting, but good. With a little bit of orange blossom honey on it. Chef's kiss. So I made 6 loaves of bread and put 4 in the freezer and 2 to eat this week, because like Declan, for example, made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and there went like a quarter of the loaf right there. He's in the age where he's growing and eating. The other thing we did is Francesco cleaned our freezers in the basement. We have 4 of them because we raise all of our own meat. So that's a lot of meat in the freezers. And he went through and got rid of everything that was more than 2 years old. And that went into our dog food stock because we make our own dog food. So on Friday and Saturday, Francesco and I made about 100 to 130 pounds of sausage, but it's dog food ration sausage. So it's a combination of all of the proteins that we raise and organ meats, which is extremely healthful for the dogs, and a few whole oats. And we did that primarily to give them a little bit of fiber in there to bind the richness of this organ meat, because organ meat is rich and it's kind of with the poops. So we did that. We made it all into sausage. The sausage is chilling on our 3-season porch, and then we just need to ration it out. Like he has the math worked out on, we need X number of inches of the sausage to give a day's ration for each dog so that they're eating their optimal nutrition. So that is what we have been doing. So I'm going to head down to the shop now and chat with Anne-Marie about where we're at with the skirting of the fleece to see if I can send it to our scouring plant to get it moving along and have it ready for the wholesale market in May. I'm going to talk with Cindy, who's working on a really exciting project. She's been working on it at home over the weekend that I can't tell you about because it's for the April mindfulness subscriptions. But let me tell you, next level. Super exciting. It's something that you can't buy. Very few places does it exist. Cindy has made it, and it's quite an experience. So if you're not already subscribing to mindfulness, I would suggest you head to the website, type mindfulness into the search bar, and you can subscribe. It is a subscription. It bills on the date that you place the first order. So like, for example, I think today is the 22nd, maybe. So next month on the 22nd, it would bill you for the upcoming month. And it's automatic. You can cancel at any time. And we have a nice group of people who participate in that, and it's pretty cool. So happy Monday. Go love your neighbor. That's the best way you can change the world. Bye.